Welcome to Campfire Wisdom. Grab a seat around the fire and tell us your story.
Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Campfire Wisdom. This is Greg. I hope you guys are having a great day. Hope you guys are starting your morning right. I know I've got a cup of coffee here, just kind of greeting the day with a little bit of liquid sunshine. And I'm excited to talk to you today because I've got essentially the evolution of our entire conversation comes to a point here today. For the last 26 weeks, we've talked about camping. We've talked about what it takes to get out more often. We've talked a little bit about what's going on in my world and trying to make that happen, make that a reality. We've talked about incorporating different pieces of the puzzle into your camping life, whether that be a sleeping bag, a tent, um, your lighting situation, your survival stuff, your all that kind of good stuff. Everything you need basically to get outdoors. But my question is, has that helped? Have you been getting outdoors? Have you found time to make it happen? Have you found a site to make it happen? And, that's equally as important. That's something that I'm going to plan on doing here in the future too. Once we go to the sites, is kind of review them a little bit and maybe offer a little insight about them. But my challenge to you today, and this is going to be an easy one, is I am going to be hosting a camp adventure up in Mount Pinos. So I have reserved several campsites in a campground just about maybe an hour outside of Los Angeles. And I would like to invite anyone who would like to go to actually be a part of a little adventure outside. We're going to obviously be camping. It's going to be a 3-day extravaganza. It's going to be May 18th, 19th, and 20th. So I will be up there early on the 18th, and that's basically 3 days worth. So if you can get there for a day, fantastic. If you can get there for the entire time, that would be amazing. More importantly is just getting out there. And again, it might be utilizing some of the things we've talked about in past episodes, whether that's tent, sleeping bag, or whatnot. If you need some guidance with that, some help, I'm here to help. You guys know my email address, campfirewisdom@gmail.com. So, obviously, with this, I don't have the capability of reserving the entire mountain. So, space is limited. I have room for a limited amount of people. So, hit me up as soon as you can. I do have room for about 12 right now, but if there's a lot of response, I can obviously get more. So, that being said, we're basically going to commandeer a couple different campsites, all hang out together. We'll bring some of our food, and obviously everyone will be responsible for bringing their own grub and whatnot. But in typical traditional format, I'm all about sharing. If you got something we can swap, boom. The typical traditional barter method works pretty well, but I think that ends up being a lot easier for people. Temperature will be pretty mild. It's not going to be super cold, a couple layers and you'll be fine. We're obviously going to have that fire cranking at night, and anything that you might need could be easily assessed. I might even have some extras. So keep in mind, if you're into the idea of camping but just kind of on the verge about what you can and can't do, hit me up. I may have some extra goodies that we can do it. Now, this is going to be a really fun time because one of which is my girl is pregnant. So she's 23 weeks right now. She's going to be 27 weeks when we go a month from now. And she is a badass trooper. She's going to be there. So that if she's going to be there and pregnant, you can be there. And we will definitely have a good time out there. So I plan on doing a couple things. I will host a couple activities, one of which I think probably daunting for some people is how to start a fire. So, what I would like you to do, this is a little bit of homework, and I will explain what we're going to do there. maybe we'll talk about it in subsequent episodes as we're leading up to it. That's probably what we'll do because that way you can be prepared and bring some stuff. But I want to teach you how to make fire starters. And these are fire starters that are almost weatherproof. So, what you're going to do from now on, you're going to save your toilet paper rolls. So, the cardboard insert that is inside of your toilet paper, when your toilet roll is done, do not throw it away. Save it. Save about 3 to 4 of those. Okay? So, you might say, well, what the hell am I going to do with those? Set them aside. Step 2, when you are using your dryer and you are getting the lint out of the trap, you're going to save the lint. So you're saving the toilet paper roll, you're saving the lint. Best way you can do it so you don't have lint just laying around, you're stuffing that lint inside of the toilet paper roll. You're just going to jam it packed tight. You're going to fill up 2 to 3 of those rolls, and um, I'll teach you a little bit more about what we'll do with that subsequently. But that in and of itself is a fire starter, but it will spark and flame out pretty quick because that lint material it goes up fast. I don't know if you've ever experimented, if you had been at one time a pyromaniac, but if you are, then you know that that stuff burns like flash paper. It almost burns like the magicians that have that magical paper that just goes up. It's like an incendiary device. It's kind of like that, pretty close. Um, so consider that you're saving those 2 pieces, and I'll tell you a little bit more about how we can turn that into a sustainable fire starter that won't burn quickly and flash out, but will slow burn and get your wood started quickly. So we're going to teach you how to start a fire. Also, I'm going to be bringing some like instant meals. They're like the meals that you just add water to, and I'll probably kind of pass those around, let people kind of try those if you haven't. It's kind of an interesting way. It's a super easy way to go about camping because um, obviously all you need to do is add hot water, and it's minimal cleanup. You throw away the bags, and you're good to go. Kind of a nice little thing, especially if you're new to camping and trying to get out there and you don't really want to bring a lot of different cooking, because cooking can be the one item that is daunting. So along with that, you're going to be able to see how Gisela and I prepare as far as the camping. You'll be able to see some of the things we talked about, the cooking kit, our whole setup. And again, not like we're masters, but I found that anytime you're doing something in this life, if you have someone who's done it before or does it, you can learn from them, and that knowledge is always shared. And again, that's something that will make your experience as a camper better. So that is going to be May 18th through the 20th. Everyone is invited. The more the merrier. Good times. I would say that, like I said earlier, temperature-wise, it's going to be pretty mild. Hit me up, send me an email, campfirewisdom@gmail.com. We can figure out the particulars and the details. And again, space is limited. So I want to take everything we've talked about in the last 26 weeks and put it into a trip that I can inspire you to go out and get out more often and really experience what it is to be outdoors and the joy that you can get from that. So if you're just on the cusp of wanting to be outside and do this, please join us. It will be easy. I'll make it easy for you. It will be a hell of a time. We'll get a chance to sit around the fire, swap some stories. I will be bringing my recording gear, so if you have a story that you want to share, I am going to definitely open that up for everybody. So um, all about the stories, and it's definitely going to be a good time. So with that in mind, I'm going to keep this one brief today because I want you to really sit and soak this in. Are you ready to take the next step? Are you ready to get out there? Are you ready to kind of, experience what it is and what you can get from just being outside in the solitude, in the open canopy of the sky, and to really connect to the way that life was for our ancestors and just slow down enough from technology, disconnect, and just soak it in. I think it'll be an uplifting experience for everybody. And I think it really speaks to what I'm trying to do here with this podcast is to inspire others to get outside. So please come and join me May 18th through the 20th. Send me an email, campfirewisdom@gmail.com. I hope you have a great day. I hope you accept this challenge, and I look forward to talking to you soon. Have a great one. Bye-bye.
Oh, it's only one day.
Campfire Wisdom is brought to you from the hills of Rancho, Cucamonga. We'd like to thank the men and women that protect our national parks and forests. You make this journey possible. Theme music by Sean Cromwell.